you just take.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Talking About It. On today's show, we have one of our favorites here at Talking About It, our girl Amber Banda joining us. Um,
I paid her to say that.
yeah. Uh, Today, so we had such great feedback from everybody for the month of June when we did the men's mental health lives. I asked people to message me, DM me, let me know, shall we keep these going for July? And y'all answered. So we're here. For July, we are going to talk about all about the reset, pivots, mid year. We're 7 months in. Is it 7 already? Yeah, we're 7 months
I
in,
know we're halfway through. Yeah.
halfway through, so we're just doing kind of like a mid-year check-in, um, checking in with ourselves, talking about changes, things like that. But again, our girl today, our guest is Amber Banda. It's been about a year since she was on the show. Isn't that crazy that
Has it
it's
been
been.
that long?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it's been a year. So today we're gonna catch up with her, get updates, and we'll just be taking some of your questions live. We did get quite a few submissions, so y'all, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for continuing to participate and show that you are giving a shit about what we're doing because I give a shit about putting out the best content for you, the best information out. And so, yeah, let's get on
It's
it.
That's funny that I didn't realize that the theme for this month was reset. Now, I'm big on signs just because it's happened to me so many times in my life where there's like this is a sign, this is a sign, this is a sign, and it's been mostly good. But like for the past few weeks, I kept seeing. I would look at my cell phone, I would open my laptop, I would look at the like my daughter's phone on the clock on the stove or on the microwave, and it always said 911. 911, the time, right? And there was something else. I forgot what number it was, but it was like 911. I'm like, fuck. Like, you think 911, you think 911, you think 911, you think bad, whatever. So I was at work a few days ago and I opened my laptop, 911. I'm like, okay, I'm so scared to Google what this is, research what it is, but it's just been happening so many times. Let's see what it is. So I look it up and it's actually not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. And it talks about 911 being like a reawakening, a new beginning, a spiritual awakening. It described how it doesn't have to be necessarily a new job or a new relationship, but like start that hobby you've been putting off, do that thing that
Yeah.
you've been stopping. So the first thing that came to my mind was the podcast. I have a podcast. It's when for work, I work for those of you that don't know, I work on 96.3 KH Country with iHeartRadio. And part of my job is interviewing a lot of country artists. And so that's where I kind of put those podcasts. There wasn't really another platform for it, but I've been wanting to do it more consistently. And then I got some news. I came to some realizations about some childhood trauma today and yesterday. And I won't go too much into it, not because I don't want to open up about it. It's just that the people that I came to this realization about are very close to me.
Mm.
And I don't know how they would feel, but yeah, that's interesting that it's the reset because again, it's another sign, reset new, reset new. So I'll invite you, Ashley, on my podcast. I know I had Charvon on it, but I want to do it like more consistently.
No, for sure. I would love to be on there. And yeah, it's all about resetting and pivots. And usually by this time of the year, we're like, all right, how far into our resolutions, which I always say fuck resolutions, but how far into it are we? All those goals that we set at the beginning of the year, where are we? And so I just thought July's theme should just be a reset, a mid-year kind of check-in, see where everybody's at, and yeah, just kind of go from there. But Amber, let me ask you, so it has been about a year, and when we had our conversation the first time, um I think we were kind of both getting really more into, like, the healing, like, you were already
Mhm.
kind of you were a little bit ahead of me in the healing because you gave me a lot of advice as far as, like, journaling and things like that. So, um, since then, what has happened over the last year? Because I know that you've been really talking a lot on your social media about, like, your health,
Mhm.
the different things that you're doing, and, so can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I want to say at the end of last year, so I have to mention that when I was younger, I had a severe eating disorder. I had anorexia. I was 84 pounds. I went into rehab for 6 months. And it was, I stayed there and I got the feeding tube, everything up to 120 pounds. So it was a very serious eating disorder. Anyway, I've always had disordered eating, and I with the personal training, that's why I'm saying, like, I was very good to my clients. I would never give them the advice that I gave to myself, but I've always had some kind of addiction to fitness where some people, I literally have a exercise addiction, and some people like, oh, I wish I had that. Like, no, no, you really, it's always, like those people that say, oh, I can't gain weight. It sounds like a great thing, but to those people, it sucks. So I started microdosing a GLP last year. I heard about the food noise, and I've had food noise, girl, since like 2004. I've tracked my food in some way, shape, or form for over 20 years. It's just been a constant in my life. Oh, we're gonna go somewhere. Do they have protein? Like, it's just always on my mind. So I thought that this GLP would help me get that under control. Again, eating disorder is all about control. So I started microdosing, and it was pretty good for a while. I'm like, I have never had this where I'm eating a piece of cake and like halfway through, I'm like, I don't want it anymore. That's never happened to me where I'm not constantly thinking about food. But then I think what it did is just gave my eating disorder more control. And I don't know what happened, but it triggered anxiety in me. Like,
Mm.
it was almost like overnight, my anxiety, and it all focused around my daughter, who's 11 now. But a couple of years ago, she had a really bad upper respiratory infection, and they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't figure it out. They couldn't figure it out. She was never hospitalized or anything, but it was pretty bad. She missed, a couple of weeks of school, and finally she got better, thank goodness. But I don't know why this GLP triggered the anxiety where it was like, even she would cough and I would freak out. Like, I
Mm.
would freaking spiral. And it was really bad to the point where I told my husband, look, either I'm going to kill myself or I'm going to admit myself if this continues. It was that bad. And I was like, what has changed that it was all of a sudden almost? It felt like, and so I was like, maybe it's the GLP. So I scaled back on the dose and my anxiety eventually did come down. So I know that for a lot of people, the GLP can help with anxiety. For me, for whatever reason, maybe because I wasn't even supposed to be on it in the first place, it just, so my anxiety just it came back with a vengeance. It's gone down a bit. I'm not going to lie. Like, the anxiety towards my daughter's health, even though she's perfectly freaking healthy, she gets her normal flus or coughs or whatever. But like, even now, like, if she coughs, I'm like, sorry, it's like my fight or flight like kicks in. I
Yeah.
bang the table. And so for about a year I've been dealing with that. I'm still on the GLP, even though, like, I have been advised to get off of it. Actually, I was on a very popular podcast a couple of times. These guys have been around for forever. Mind Pump. These three trainers, I followed them for years, and I was a guest on one of their podcasts. Like, just, like we are now. Like, they would take client questions. And they're like, "You need to get off it. You need to get off it." So I'm finally going to get off it because now I have been diagnosed with adenomyosis. It's kind of
Mhm.
like endometriosis, lesser known evil cousin, and it causes like all of these plethora of symptoms. So since I'm having surgery in August, they said get off the GLP and gain weight. So I'm
Alright, we're gonna wait for Amber to come back on. There we go.
what happened?
That's alright, you're good.
I'm back. And so I have surgery scheduled for August, and I started testosterone therapy. The same time I found out I have adenomyosis, I found out my testosterone was low. So I've been doing that therapy. I've been getting a lot of questions about that. And Ashley, like, I cannot believe that people don't know that women have testosterone in their bodies.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy. It's a whole thing, and, I think first of all, thank you for sharing, your journey and everything that you've been going through, and, we would have conversations. I'd be DMing you like, "What's going on?" And like, "Are you
Yeah.
alright? Are you okay?" With the GL1, Ps, I was like, I've heard it can get the anxiety, so, like, just, and so, like, I'm so happy anytime that you were kind of going through it, that we were able to, like, have the conversation, like, "You're okay, you're safe,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
daughter's
No,
she's safe," and
yeah.
it's scary, like, when you're going through those things, and when you've had it, so thank you for sharing your journey with people, because, again, people don't understand women's bodies very much, and so they do testosterone levels in women is a thing. You can, again, we are not practitioners, we are not mental, or I'm sorry, we're not health care providers, but we are women who are going through journeys, and we are going to give it to you as we are experiencing it. And yeah, so the hormone thing, again, depending on your age, it can be, we hear a lot of the same popular words as like perimenopause, all of these words are really huge. Hormone replacement, estrogen. You think estrogen, progesterone, you don't really think
Yeah.
testosterone until you go to the doctors and get checked out. But what I like is that you're talking about what you've been diagnosed with. I'm diagnosed with PMDD, and it's not talked about a lot. It's premenstrual dysmorphic disorder, and basically, what happens in PMDD is our hormones, when you're releasing them, they get converted into your brain as different elements. So, like, progesterone is kind of like a calming
Hmm.
hormone. It's so, all of that. Well, my body doesn't do that in my brain. Like, the brain chemistry and the hormones do not mesh well. So, I struggle right before any cycles and then after. But it's only
Oh,
for that short time
wow.
and then it goes away. So, like, suicide rates are extremely high. It's like 1 in 3 with women who have PMDD. There is no cure for it, really, because our body doesn't break down the hormones the proper way. So, really, it's a lot of lifestyle changes, a lot of therapy. Um, but yeah, so
Wow.
testosterone has been talked about a lot, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. I haven't tried it because if y'all are our listeners, I don't like to try new things. I'm on vitamins right now. Like, I get vitamin injections. That's been helping me a little bit. But so how has the HRT gone with the testosterone? What symptoms or signs did you notice where your providers were like, after labs and everything, what kind of made you come to the conclusion, like, all right, let's try this?
So I initially went to my regular doctor, and I was telling him, like, around my periods, I feel very anemic and I have a heavy flow. So he told me, go to your gyno. They ordered the blood work, and because of my age, they tested my hormones, and they saw that my testosterone was low, my other hormones were fine, and that according to the sonogram that they did, my uterus, it's like a squishy uterus is how they diagnose it, right? And my
Yeah.
symptoms then were, pain during intimacy, uh through it, and it's not just around the period, it's all the time. Back pain, extreme fatigue. I'm talking about, like, you're like melted butter on the couch. Like,
Mhm.
you want to do things, it's just your body doesn't let you. Dizziness when you stand. And it's systemic. I don't know what else is. It's like, it's just like,
Yeah.
it affects like freaking almost everything in your system. So when so the adeno should the hysterectomy that I'm getting in August, they're gonna leave my ovaries. That should help with the adenomyosis. I'm so looking forward to it, because like, you just feel heavy and weighed down and bloated, and it could like affect all of your other symptoms, like your digestion, this and that. And with the testosterone, I just took my fourth shot this week. So far, people are like, careful with acne and facial hair and hair loss. None of that has happened. I'm not growing, anything down there. I'm not
No.
turning into a
They're
man.
not giving
I'm
you they're not giving you exorbitant amounts of
exogenous.
this
Exactly.
testosterone, and I think that a lot of people tend to be like, "Oh, you're gonna," and it's like, "No, those are all old." myths that need to go away. Like, you're getting
Right.
such a small dose, um, and they offer it in different varieties. So they have injections, they have creams, they have patches. There's and it's such a
Pellets.
low dose that all it's to do is to, kind of increase your numbers, right? To kinda help you with what's the
Yeah,
testosterone
because
helping
just like men, it's there's a range, right? And even if you're on the lower end of the range, a lot of times, especially for women, people doctors won't prescribe it. But if you've always been at this high range, and this is especially for men, and now you're here, but you're still within range, and your doctor says no, I would get a second opinion. I use Vita Bella. This is not endorsement. It's just I really like this company because you do meet with medical practitioners. And so, like since then, since starting it, I do the injections once weekly. The needle looks frightening, but it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt. It's a
It's
glue
long
shot.
it's long because it has to go into the muscle,
Yeah.
so that's why it's so long, but they're thin.
Ah,
The
doesn't hurt.
it's not it well, I don't get them,
Yeah,
but yeah, I've researched it and I yeah, because
no,
they
it
told me
doesn't
that
hurt.
I should get my levels, tested, and
You
again, your
should.
girl's like, "No, I'm not I'm good, like, let me try the vitamins first, I'm feeling a little bit better."
Yeah,
So just watching you kind of go through your journey and, like, what you're talking about, it helps to educate and it helps to get, like, a perspective of somebody going through it, and so, like, it's opening me up to, like, "Okay, let me see kind of where my levels are at,"
oh
because I
yeah.
haven't done it before, and so, like, that's why I am so grateful for you sharing, you know?
The benefits that I've gotten from it so far is actually I've have less hair loss. I my energy is not up and down, up and down, up and down. It's way more like and
Mm,
higher, but it's not all the highs and lows. My sleep is good, but I take the NAD shots for that weekly. My libido has gone way up. And what sucks is that my libido's gone up, but since my adeno, it just gets worse and worse and worse.
it hurts.
It's like it's painful, right? So it's
Mhm.
like I'm waiting for the uterus to get out so I can enjoy that again more. And my motivation is back. It's so weird. Like I used to be able to put on certain songs because I've been in a gym rat for over 20 years, and it's like not even my music or a new routine or dance was not interesting me. And now like I credit it to the testosterone because it does bring back the motivation and the pump and the good feeling when you work out. So
Mm.
it hasn't been like, oh my god, miraculous, but it I have seen these benefits over the past 4 weeks.
'Cause it's gradual, right? Because 'Cause you're doing such a low amount over a certain amount of time. I think that's what kinda helps with that.
Yeah.
So, no, I think that's helpful. So, ladies, if you're feeling the type of way, go to your provider, ask for lab work, see what is,
For
going on
hormones,
with
yeah.
you for your hormones. Same with the fellas. If you're
Yeah.
tired, if your energy is low, if you're having pain, like, all of these things, like, go to your primary, get your labs, especially now, you're 6 months into the year, halfway through, get labs, get a checkup, take care of yourself because it's important that you're showing up for everybody. And if you're thinking, like, I got to be there for everybody, the first person you have to show up for is yourself. And one of the main ways that you can do that is by making sure that you're healthy physically. So get your labs and, yeah, get fucking checked out, y'all. If you're
I mean,
45, you need, like, colonoscopy. If you got your I'm always posting, like, I got my mammogram recently, like, all of
yeah.
these, it's all preventative. The more preventative measures that we can take, the better it is in the long run because you're not just always in crisis or having to fix a crisis. So,
Well, and
be proactive.
the cool thing about hormone therapy is it's like it's not it's like colonoscopies and mammograms, preventative this and that. But if you get hormone therapy, it's like life changing. Like you can feel like you're young again. So there's that aspect too. Colonoscopy may not be able to do that for you, but hormone therapy can.
Right? Oh, and then also too, like, but for you to do that, you had to get
Hmm.
seen, you had
Yeah,
to
I went
get
to the
a
doctor.
checkup, you had to
Yeah,
get a checkup and then kinda find out what's going on. So, like, whatever it is, just get the checkups, get that initial appointment, whether it's mental health, whether it's physical. I am an advocate for you need a whole health approach.
yeah.
And so I think that that's super important. Amber, let me ask you, what has been the hardest adjustment that you've had to make
Like in my
within
life or since the year?
well, like, I would say, like, since the year. So, first major thing is, like, you checked in with your health, your physical health, you're going through that. In between balancing everything, what is, like, one adjustment that really had to like, you're so good because, we go back and forth in the DM sometimes, and you had told me that you were not tracking your meals or you were not tracking something, and that day, like, I always have my watch on, and I always would have my heart rate, on there, and the day that you messaged me that, I was like and I think I messaged you back, and I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna take off the heart rate tracker on my watch." If you did that, like, I'm gonna like, you inspired me to, "Okay, let's take a step back. You don't always have to be tracking it. We're okay." And so, like,
Yeah.
ever since then, like, I don't have my, heart rate on there. So that was
Nice.
something that kind of you helped me to see, like, "Alright, we don't always need to be tracking it."
Yeah.
So that was an adjustment. Is there anything similar to that, like, that you've had to really do and it helped you maybe stay consistent?
Yeah, I guess the biggest adjustment would be, I mean, aside from like I was talking to you about my anxiety, like adjusting to that, but because I hadn't felt anxiety like that in a long time, would be my workouts. Again, I was literally diagnosed with an exercise addiction years ago, and I've always been very strict about my lifts and what I'm lifting and when I'm lifting and this and that. But with my energy going up and down, my anxiety the way it was, my schedule with work becoming more demanding, which is a good thing. I love my job, but I had to not be so strict about, okay, Tuesday is leg day, Wednesday is back day. And it sounds silly to some
Mm.
people, but again, for me, that had been my life for years. Like I scheduled my life around my workouts. And so to reverse it and schedule my workouts into my life was a big adjustment this past year, from going to like 1 hour, 4 times a week to 15 minutes sometimes, every other day. And so, but that's given me so much freedom, because now I'm not like, oh, I can't do that on Saturday, or I have to be home by this time because I got to get to the gym. Where
Mm.
initially that is a good thing, right? That's praise. Make sure you fit your workout into your whatever. But for someone like me, where it's the reverse, where I do everything to the extreme, that has been my biggest adjustment, is just kind of going with the flow, because I'm so type A, not just with my workouts, but just with like not having to schedule every little thing. Because I mean, with my daughter going into middle school, my work schedule always changing, my energy levels, because I've, a lot of it with the adenomyosis being where it's at, sometimes I can, sometimes I'm not, just not forcing myself to make it happen. When exercise should improve the quality of your life, it shouldn't make it more stressful.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that more and more and more as I get older.
Yeah, it's crazy how yeah, it's crazy how that happens, like, you had said something in the beginning of this when you were talking about, people saying, that they wish that they had the exercise addiction or that they could lose weight or and it's the same thing happened with me was, like, I lost all kinds of weight, but it was due to the anxiety and the depression and
Yeah.
months in
Yeah.
bed, so it wasn't, like, a healthy way to lose, weight, so I can definitely relate with that because it's like, "Ah, well" and people would ask me like, "Oh, girl, you look so good. How'd you do it?" I'm like, "Oh, anxiety, depression,
Yeah.
not being healthy,
Stress.
being malnourished, kinda the list goes on, and then their face is like, "Oh," and you're like, "Well, I mean, you
Yeah, yeah.
asked, like,
Uh-huh.
so let's
Having
not always
sleep for
assume
dinner.
that it's a good problem to have when you're losing that much weight. I think I lost something like 80 or 90 pounds, like 80 pounds, I
Okay.
think. Yeah,
Dang.
I lost a lot of weight. Um, and like I look at pictures now and I'm like, ugh, like how did I even get there? But it was depression, it was anxiety. Like the thing that caused me to lose the weight was the same thing that caused me to gain the weight. It was
Mm,
drinking, it was eating, it was like not being healthy.
yeah.
So, that was a whole thing.
Yeah, it wasn't a
But,
healthy weight loss.
yeah, it was not healthy, but so now I'm like, okay, trying to maintain it and all that good stuff. But all right, so we talked about the hormones, we talked about all the crazy stuff. Um, I wanted to ask about, well, let's do a listener question because we did get
Okay.
quite a few of them, and I want to make sure that we have time for this.
Yeah, because I had a question too.
Go for it. Hit it. Go with it.
Oh, someone asked me, because I'm on country radio and they listen to K. Shout out Ryan from Las Cruces. What is my favorite up and coming country artist?
Ooh.
So yeah, one of the biggest complaints I guess I get about K is it's the new country. I like the old country. I'm like,
Mm.
I like the new country. One of my favorite up and coming country artists. God, there's so many. Cassie Ashton for sure. It's because I don't know
Ooh.
if they're up and coming just yet. But she's kind of, I guess she kind of is. Cassie Ashton. She has like every time she posts on social media, it's super creative. She makes her own clothing. She's like a really cool combination of rock and country. She has a new song called "Bitch." I'm
Oh.
I come from a long line of bitches. Like the way she sing, like, and when I first heard her perform that song, it was at the Ryman in Nashville. I was at a country radio seminar, and she goes up and she's like, "I know that this isn't going to be playing on your radio, but I'm going to sing it." And she has like this attitude and this flair about her. And again, I guess I interviewed her a long time ago on Zoom, and she rides a motorcycle and she has tattoos. So I guess maybe I like her because it's like my
Like a
one of my
rocker?
favorite saying, yeah, like me, I grew up on rock. One of my favorite sayings is rock music saved me, country music pays me. I have mad respect for both. So Cassie Ashton.
Mm.
Hmm.
I love it. Yeah, and so, like, whenever you're posting, like, your artist and, like, the panels that you're doing, the interviews, I am learning a little bit more about country music because I am one of those that I listened to country in the '90s.
Yeah.
So, that's the country that I find as country. I feel like country now is more country pop.
Hmm.
And so, like, finding new artists is something that I'm, like, totally getting into. Nowadays, I'm trying to, like, be more open-minded about my music choices and kind of, like, all of these things because I can't stay stuck in the '90s forever, '90s, 2000s.
I mean, you can, but my job won't let me.
I mean, it's oh, yeah, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's cool too because like, you start like, when I start hearing some of these, new artists, not necessarily country, but, like, some of these new up and coming, rap artists and things like that, they have a lot of homages to the '90s and 2000s, which is, like, kind of my jam, so I'm like, "Alright." If it's done
Yeah.
right, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
"Alright." So let's see. What is I guess because you post your line dances or your dancing, this one says, "For Amber, what is your favorite line dance?"
Ooh, my favorite line dance. I think would right currently would probably have to be Fake ID by Gretchen Wilson. The only thing is that when I dance this line dance, El Paso has their own line dance culture, and I guess maybe that's the same for every because I'll learn a dance on my own, and then I'll go and I'll dance the line dance, and they know a completely different one. It's happened to me a few times, but with
Mm.
Fake ID, they do this thing where, for the most part, it's the line dance that I know, and then they like switch lines. And I remember the first time this happened, I was like, "What is happening?" I just kept dancing the way I knew it, right? So I was kind of in the middle of everyone and everyone was dancing around me. I just kept dancing my dance. But I really like that one because it's hard and it's cool because like if you watch the movie, the new movie where it comes out, like you like they're doing the dance in that movie. So yeah, I like that one.
So you can follow along with it.
Yeah,
I I
exactly.
I tell you, I was a big line dancer back in the day, but and, like, now all these kids have changed our line dances, so, like, the wobble is different, the
They were trying
Dougie
to
is
change the
different.
Macarena. I was like, hell no.
There's all of these, I'm like, they already have dances or, like, the to the left, what is that one? The Tootsie
Oh,
Roll?
the cha cha
They're
slide.
changed
Oh,
the Tootsie Roll, they're changing the Tootsie, like, the instructions are in the dance. Stop changing it. Stop fucking with it, man. Leave that shit alone.
They don't want to listen.
They don't wanna listen. They always want these Gen Z just wanna change everything about us, all about us oldies.
Right? They
So
talk
let's
shit
see.
about it. It's like, well, then make up your own dance.
Right? Then quit copying our shit, make up your own. Let's see, another one. Is there one wellness trend you actually love and one you think is completely overrated?
Oh my God, yes. There's so many I think that are overrated. One that I love that's coming out is the emphasis on protein. I think a big reason why people are focusing on protein now is GLPs. And they're like, you don't want to lose muscle. GLPs do not cause muscle loss. It's the fact that you're eating so low calories. So I love the
Yeah.
fact that protein is now becoming more popular. Um, I don't like the fact that it's like in chips and candy bars and protein.
Yeah.
Like you should
That
still try
stuff
to get
tastes
it
like shit.
from, well, it's getting better, it does, but I think now with the trend being protein, it's going to start to taste better. They're already revamping whey protein powder to taste better. But you want to try to get it from chicken and like whole natural sources if you can. So, but I love the fact that this trend is coming out and the fact that more women are lifting weights. One trend that is
Yeah.
overrated that I freaking hate and people are going to give me shit for it is CrossFit or circuit
Oh,
training. People think that that's strength training. Oh, my doctor, you got to lift weights to build muscle. And then they go and they hop from circuit to circuit, burpees and then squats and then deadlifts and then jumping jacks. That is not strength training. That is cardio with weights. Cardio and strength training, those are two different signals in your body. Proper strength training when you're focusing on getting strong, anywhere from very low rep when you're trying to lift heavy to, 12, 15 reps. And then you rest 1, 2, 3, sometimes even 5 minutes if you're going really heavy. But that rest, the amount of time that you rest between your weight training signals something different to your body. It signals to your body to build muscle. Whereas when you're doing CrossFit, you're just doing cardio. I mean, that CrossFit is a sport. Now, if you want to compete in the
yeah.
CrossFit games, do CrossFit. But if someone wants to get into better shape and lose weight, telling them to go do CrossFit is like telling them to go play football or basketball or this and
Yeah.
not giving them any coaching, just letting them play without the pads. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll get off
I
my
think CrossFit I think
soul.
CrossFit has been one of those for a while, that I never understood. Um, let's see
It's a high risk
here.
of injury too. Like in the actual sports games, I think it's like one of the highest sports injuries.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that takes a lot of coordination and balance, and
Well, you got someone that
I
can't
ain't
even
down
do
for
a
that.
body weight squat
Let's see.
with proper form, and then you throw them into this class, and now they got to put weight on their back, do it for time, do it under pressure with little instruction. It's like it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I'm all for I on my, algorithm, I have, like, people now doing, like, slow lifts.
Mhm.
I'm trying to focus on, like, I'm trying to gain 6 pounds, but, muscle.
Yeah.
That'll bring me to about, like, 120, 126 or so. That's where I feel like I might feel healthy, but I can't lift weights right now still, like, so I'm using, like, little 8-pound ones, and I'm like, "Meh." Or, like, squats. I'm trying to get really good at, like, squats because
Mhm.
I lost all that weight. I lost whatever booty I had.
Uh-huh.
I just don't feel strong, and so I'm trying to I do eat a lot of protein. I've done that before already, but, like, I wanna start trying to, like, do weights, and so, like, in my algorithm, I see now a lot of people who are doing, like, the exercises, but they're, like, the isolated
I
exercises.
so
So, like, your squats, but
yes,
it's, like, making sure that you're, like, doing the proper, like, movement on the squat, or, like, if you're lifting,
proper
like, you're
form.
using the proper form, exactly.
Hmm.
I think that is super
Good,
helpful. We'll
good.
see improvements. I don't know. I gotta
Yeah,
get
I
consistent
mean,
with it. It's just very hard. It's very hard because, like, with the way that my anxiety is triggered, not my anxiety, I don't take ownership over it. The anxiety that I experience is triggered by, um, anything that increases my heart rate. Anything
oh
that triggers that nervous response, that flight or fight, I go directly into panic mode. I'm still learning to, like, I'm more regulated now, so it's a lot better. Like, right now, I feel panic, but I'm like, "I'm okay." My
yeah.
eyes started messing up, I'm like, "Just put your sunglasses." So, like, it gets better, but
Yeah.
As far as with the exercise, it's very hard for me because your heart rate's gonna increase, and instead of the alarms going off in my brain, I'm trying to, like, "You're just trying to get healthy."
Yeah,
So
or yoga? Yoga's
it's a
good
whole
too.
I tried yoga, and the whole bending down, like, felt weird in my brain.
Oh, yeah.
Getting up fast because sometimes you feel dizzy.
Yeah.
So, like, I do a lot of, like, walking workouts.
Mhm.
I follow Get Fit with Rick on, YouTube. He does X and Get Lean and Mean with Paul Eugene. These are, like, all, like, elderly workouts, but they're, like, walking workouts, but they do, like,
Yeah.
arms. It's like a full body thing, so
Nice.
it's my baby step. I'm totally okay with it. I know that I can gradually get stronger and I'll get better.
Yeah.
But that is something that I definitely am working towards. I saw a question about glimmers. Have you found any glimmers along these little moments that remind you you are on the right path?
I have a feeling that that was submitted by Ali. Um, well, I mean, the 911 that I was telling you about that I was panicking over, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, wow, this actually means that I'm on
Mhm,
the right path. I think seeing my daughter be happy, and not be, because I know like she feeds off my
mhm,
nerves. Like when I'm anxious, I can tell it, like it doesn't directly bother her. I don't even know if she realizes it, but seeing her do be happy like that makes me feel like, okay, my anxiety is not so bad that I'm passing it on to her. Um,
mm.
what other glimmers? I think
Are you
maybe in
noticing
the
them more?
I think that they're so abundant that, not that I take them for granted, it's just that they're so normal in my life that I don't take it for granted. Like every time I journal, I'm grateful for everything. I think I can mostly maybe see it in my work because that's where it's more measurable. Like I see a lot more
Mm,
opportunities with people asking me to be at this event or MC or be a part of this or have this endorsement. And so yeah, I've been noticing more. And I try to every day. I
that's
try
good.
to look for the glimmers.
I think that's so good. Amber, from a year ago, I can say just from our interactions, you are 1, you're noticing them, and 2, you're going outside of your comfort zone so much. And it's so beautiful to see and to watch, because, like, it's just inspiring, from where we were a year ago to where we are now, and to see you along that year. For a while, we were really every day in the DMs, like, checking in, and then everything kind of quiets down, but we still
Yes.
know that we're there, like, if we need something, like, "Hey, yo, I'm stressing out," or, "Hey, I have this coming up," and so, like, we're there for each other, but to see you kind of just, like, when you're singing the national anthem, and you're going out of your comfort zone, and you're doing all of these things, like, just fucking wanna give you your flowers, and props to you for doing that. It's so inspirational. It's I know that you are affecting people positively by sharing your story and by sharing those big moments with us. So just thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. And
I
and that
think it's
reminds me,
huge.
something that I'm anxious about now is, and I don't know what came over me, that I agreed and I'm going to be singing the national anthem at the Chihuahuas game this Sunday, July 5th.
Yay! Hell yes, girl. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking
Every
awesome.
fiber in my being is like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? But I'm like, I don't know why. It's just something I feel compelled to do.
Good. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait. I hope you film it. I'm not good enough yet to go into the baseball stadium, but I will be there eventually. I'm getting
In
there.
spirit.
I'm doing my
Thank
little baby
you.
steps, but so I
You're doing
definitely hope
good.
that you film it. You film it and you put it up because I definitely that is something that I want to see. Um,
I will.
oh, yeah. I know someone there. Maybe they can make sure I can see it.
Okay. Oh yeah,
uh
yeah.
So let's see. But yeah, those were the main questions that we had. Just asking about kind of like your glimmers and stuff. And so again, just I thank you for coming on today. I did want to mention uh Christmas in July, y'all. I don't know. are you I believe we've had this conversation maybe. Are you Summerween or are you Christmas in July?
Summer wing.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that that's what I
Either way,
say.
but
What the hell is Summerween? It's Halloween in the summer and they do like this whole like they decorate for Halloween, but like in the summer. I don't understand it. But again, I'm a Christmas in July gal, so I am totally hyped for Christmas in July. I won't be having any live or I'm sorry, filmed episodes. I have one filmed episode coming out. I'll drop it tomorrow, Friday, and that is with Jesse Moreno, a young leader in our community. So he's the last one for July. I will only be doing the lives, but I'll be rocking a Christmas shirt. Usually I do the whole month of July. Every day I wear a Christmas shirt.
really,
Um,
it's cool.
yes. That's something I've done forever. Before the podcast, before anything, like Christmas in
Really, it's
July is like,
interesting.
yeah, it just something that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Um, and so
Yeah.
like I have a Christmas tree up all year in my room. It's a small one. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I'm like the mom from Deuces Wild. But yeah, so every day I'll be rocking a Christmas shirt. Today I've got can you see? I've got
Oh yeah.
my Ric Flair wooing around the Christmas
That is
tree.
hilarious.
You gotta do the woo woo, you gotta do it right. So so yeah, that's Christmas in July. If y'all want to partake, send me pictures, send me videos or clips of you celebrating Christmas in July. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just celebrating Christmas in July. And not the whole festive everything. For me, it's just about the spirit of it,
Yeah.
the coming together, the nostalgia of it, not anything
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Um
That's cool.
and
Well, for
yeah,
the
it
summer,
go ahead.
for the summerween, I'm doing by request a gothic line dance class. So if anyone's interested, it's gonna
Ooh.
be August 7th. Yeah, you know.
Ooh.
I like
Where is
either,
that going to
but
be at?
at Firehouse Pole Fitness on Lake Trevino, they do like pole classes and they have another room where they do like
Yeah.
sexy chair dance. I love that place and the dances. So
Fun
yeah.
fun fact, I worked there fit but when it was called Fit Pole, when they had first
Oh
opened,
my
I worked there. I was a
gosh.
receptionist. Yeah.
Then you knew
I was a
Melissa
receptionist.
Castro.
I know Melissa Castro. She actually was my assistant manager when I had my stores at Claire's. I was a store manager at Claire's and she was one of my assistant managers. So I've known
Oh
Melissa
wow.
since I was like 19 or 20. Yeah,
I
so
worked
I've
for
known
her
her
when she had that gym.
yeah. So she was the one who
Sexy.
got me the job there to be the receptionist. So yeah,
That is
and I see
cool.
her on her social medias doing all the dances, she's doing
Mhm.
the pole. Yeah, that shit is crazy, the fit pole. So
Yeah.
awesome. Y'all need to check that out because it's super cool. It's a cool skill that I tried a couple classes cuz back then I was fit. Uh so I was able to do it. I don't think I could do that shit now.
It's hard.
But yeah, hell yeah, it's a lot of strength.
Mhm.
So Christmas in July was something I wanted to mention. Another thing I wanted to mention is on the community side, political side, there is a lot going on right now with the data centers, council members, things like that. So for any information, visit elpasohub.org for information on how to be a part of that. You can also follow I got to pull their names up because I butcher them every time.
Hmm.
Sembrando Esperanza project and Project Emanecer. They're doing great work in the community to get information out. So give them a follow, pay attention because there is a recall if you are in District 4, which is in the Northeast. So that's another announcement. Amber, other than the Chihuahuas game this Sunday,
Mhm.
seeing you do the national anthem and your gothic line dance. Where else can people find you?
I made it easy. Amber Banda 915 on Instagram, Facebook, and the TikTok. Banda, Amber Banda 915.
Again, Amber, thank you always so much for like taking the time to come on to give us an update. I appreciate it. I am so grateful for the friendship that we've been able to build over the past year. Our trauma bond, I think, has grown because we have evolved since that. Even before we got on air today, you're reminding me that I am not the same person that I was. And we are not the same people that we were, so we can handle things that are getting thrown our way a lot differently. Um, Not gonna lie, y'all, your girl has had a rough fucking day today, but I am not where I was, so I was still able to hop on, to show up, be present, and that's what I want y'all to continue to see within yourselves, is that regardless of what your situation is, your circumstance, the day that you're having, as long as you continue to show up for yourself and see progress and cut yourself some slack, you're going to be all right. If you're in a space where you feel like you're stuck, you don't know what to do, change it up, y'all. Make the appointment to start therapy, start journaling, whatever it is to do the first step. It's very
Yeah.
important. Um, as always, y'all make sure that you check in. Check in with those that you love, check in that with those that you hear from. If people are going silent, make sure you check in on them. Again, it's all preventative. You want to make time for those that you care about in your life so that you can make sure that you're having these open conversations. One final thing. I have branched out and I am finally taking the leap and betting on myself, and I have made a commitment to start my business, Moxie Creative Co. So this episode is brought to you by Moxie Creative Co. If you're ready to grow your business, strengthen your brand, if you're looking for a career move, need help with your resume, whatever it is, hit me up, Moxie Creative Co. OG with Moxie on Instagram. This is something that is very personal to me and has been very difficult for me to take the leap. But I'm ready. I've been doing this for years and I just am finally finding the confidence within myself to get out there and do the thing that I'm telling you all to do, which is take those first steps.
Yay, congrats.
Thanks. It's scary. You
Awesome.
know, it's been harder and scarier to do that than the podcast. Even when I started the podcast, like I was worried and nervous about it, but this is different because you get a different Ash when you're in with Moxie. You get me more in the pragmatic way, in the all right,
Yeah.
this is the plan that you want. Okay, this is what you need to do. With the
Yeah.
podcast, it's more so I'm giving you like, this is what you can try. Do this. More awareness. When it's with Moxie, we're going to help you find your identity, your voice, and your brand. We're going to help you bring your ideas to life, but it's going to be in a way where it's like, this is the plan. Let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm excited about it.
You should be.
But thank you. Thank you so much, Amber, for always just being there for me. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Nation of Wrestling. We held our first workshop. So I'll be doing workshops virtual. It's going to be exciting and fun. We just got to do the damn thing. But
Ooh.
if you or anybody you know is struggling, is in crisis and you don't know where to turn, please make sure that you dial or text 988, the crisis helpline. For assistance. Also, you can visit talkingaboutit.com. I have resources for mental health places that you can visit. But as always, y'all, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Keep on talking about the hard things so you can start and appreciate the new things. We'll see you on the next one, y'all. Bye.